Looks like Twitch is good. How about Facebook? Hey, looks like Facebook is good.
We did it.
Mimi is stressed. Oh, they give me like a nice couple minute setup. Oh, that's nice. I like how when I posted, I forgot to change the picture, so the picture is just of the cat.
Just kitty pictures.
Just kitty pictures. Alright. Sending data. Alright, looks like Twitch has got its data, which is good. Let me actually just go on the... Alright. And if anybody is watching or hopping in, just let me know about volumes, music, and whatnot. Hopefully everything should be good. If not, just tell me I'm doing everything wrong and I'm just terrible at this.
Oh, you're not terrible at this. Better than some of us.
Oh, this was absolutely stressful. I had more planned, but it's like more planned would have been if I had like 3 hours of setup time. But that might be for the next game, because I do plan to do more stuff. I want to get what's it called? One of those Elgato stream decks. That'll be really handy.
That's when you know you're pro. You got it all.
Pro or just desperate? Desperate to make anything easier. Alright. I might as well do an intro just because this might be another YouTube video. So, welcome back everyone to another TTS tournament. This is going to be another round 1 of the Invitationals. I am going half of the Power Gorge power today because Nick is actually playing today. So you got me and I have my 2 co-hosts. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'm Relocked, or Brett.
And this is Pofegster, the Mrs. Dad or Mr. Mom, I don't remember which, of 9-year-old Monsterpocalypse.
Thank you guys for joining me today and being the temporary Nicks and filling in the spot where you guys get to talk more than I do.
Oh, I had to do something for this? I wasn't planning on that.
I mean, I thought it's like an honor. Just, I get to show up and, break a wine glass.
No. I need the strategy talk from you guys. Well, especially, I know me and Pogue. Well, actually, Pogue, you play more protectors or more destroyers?
Oh, I'm definitely a destroyer player.
All right, then Relock, you're taking rim of protector side.
But I play destroyers too.
Yeah, but you're the one out of all of us that's played protectors more than both of us. I want
to say I've played with protectors maybe once ever. So, and that was a Megaton mashup.
I've picked up a monkey and a dino, put them together, and put them on the board and said good luck.
That list is sweet.
So, to get started, folks, welcome. This is another TTS tournament that we usually hold on our Discord for, well, now this is the first year that we're doing our invitationals. So currently right now we're in the round 1 of invitationals. We've had 2 games already happen and we are going to have 2 more games happen tonight. Currently what you're seeing on screen right now is BoxyMD, which is Nick of Power Gorge, versus one of our Discord fellows, Drillcon. At the moment it's a protectors versus destroyers. Nick is playing Kondo Kraken, and on the other side Drillcon is playing a Cthugrosh and a Blastikutter pairing. As you can see, they are going into their phasing of building drafting, and all I see is a lot of media buildings.
Yeah. Drillcon's made some mistakes with them. Putting them out in the midfield like this is it's going to be killer for his list, where it's not going to affect Nick at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the double action with Blastikutter, right? 2 heads is better than 1, except for when you got to pay an extra dice to use your actions.
I mean, it doesn't even help that Cthugrosh is the same way, where the thing that makes him so great is his action with the sacrifice, the TK, and the summon. But now with media buildings, all that costs too.
Yeah, I mean, this coverage here is going to be intense on his side of the board. That's brutal.
By the looks...
Nick made a mistake on that one, but he recognized it and corrected it.
I'm surprised that they chose Calamity Park. By my guess, I'm guessing it was Drillcon who got second?
Yeah, Drillcon is second player.
I mean, honestly, I'm excited to watch this. I mean, this is going to be some top-notch play. We've got, all of these folks are people who placed very highly in the tabletop simulator tournaments that have been held to date. I've never played against Nick, but we had Drillcon on our stream, and he's a very good player. Yeah, obviously a little bit here with the media company is a little newer. Maybe he hasn't quite figured out where that all fits in, but I'm just excited to watch some top-tier Monsterpocalypse.
Nick made a mistake there too. That's the wrong location.
Am I? Oh, wait a minute. I might not be live on Facebook. How do I change that? Well, maybe I'm not live. Joke's on you guys. This is what I get when I try to juggle two things. You guys keep commentating on what happened. I'm gonna try and fix Facebook. Quick question for you guys, or I guess for more Pogue. Do you see me trying to go live on Facebook by any chance?
Hey Mimi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you go somewhere?
No.
Were you quiet for a little bit?
I was quiet for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it got quiet for a little while. I wasn't sure if this thunderstorm over here disconnected me.
Yeah, it
Oh,
did.
I've got one of those rolling in too.
Yeah, ours isn't looking great. So if we do happen to tune out, blame the weather. Mother Nature is not with us today. Huh. Come on, guy. Where'd I have to go?
So this map choice is pretty good coming out of Drillcon. Like it's hard to get into the backline to really disrupt your opponent's power base. Turn one with this map, which is one of the big strengths of the Kraken Kondo. But I think that just with how the media company coverage went down, this is going to be a little rough.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see. So, Nick is definitely going first, which he personally doesn't like. He's a person who likes the second turn more than he likes being first turn.
Yeah, it's built right into his playstyle. That Kraken unit game, or the Kondo unit game, is so strong. Getting the first impactful unit turn feels really good with it. But with this, so it'll depend entirely on what Drillcon does, I guess, for what Nick should be looking to do with his monsters. But from the first player, you just want to kind of claim as many power points as possible, right?
Right.
Maybe secure a double. I mean, Drillcon actually, like, his monsters are on the wrong side of the map because he's given Nick that sweet double in the corner with the G.U.A.R.D and Mount Terra. And his monsters can't threaten it, so that's just a free double for Nick.
Right.
Yeah, and in general, that offset of the monsters, especially with Kraken, it seems like it's going to be really easy for Kraken to rush down the board and instantly begin threatening his back power line.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder on this map just because of how far the zones are apart, like where you can keep the units to actually secure bases. But yeah, that should be what Nick is looking to do, or he'll wall up in the center. Behind that one media company is a great spot, for example. With the double grapplers, just building an actual wall and forcing his opponent to waste resources trying to come in. Looks like Nick is valuing the SSI very highly here.
Yeah, because I think the one main thing about his list that is great to note that his list loves the SSI strategy, especially though Assault Apes being a speed 4, that SSI, it doesn't matter. As long as you have that and use that to your ability, the speed 4 turns into speed 4 plus going across the board.
Right, and those Assault Apes popping out on the back line and using their built-in fling just can do a lot to really wreck any power base you're trying to get set up.
Especially under Kondo, where they have the Blood Rage for the extra blue as well.
Another thing people just have to remember is that Assault Apes, they're just as good as like normal defense 3 monsters, defense 3 units. They're going to be difficult to get rid of because they're defense 3. So you can't like get rid of it as easy as a defense 2 or 1 model. And of course, it's like if you're anything, it's like 2 whites, 2 blues would be like the averages for 3s, you'd think.
To hit a 3, you're really looking at the 3 boost, 2 whites. It's kind of the safe numbers.
Yeah, three boost on average will get you about two hits, and then you need a couple of whites to pick up that third reliably. So, it's a pretty expensive clear.
Yeah, I don't even like 2 2s into. Yeah, I don't like 2 2s into 2s at all. It's just not great math. I also think Nick could have afforded to be a little bit more aggressive here. Like there's the 1 power zone right next to the media company that was pretty free for the taking as well. And so what Nick kind of did here, I guess, is this is like what you would do as second player, minus taking all the power spot, right? Where you're doing the double up on the secure because you're worried about your opponent disrupting. But in this case, the monsters aren't going to be disrupting, so a fling or a swat is irrelevant.
Now, a lot of people don't really like those Mollock brutes, but Drillcon swears by them. He swears that's what won him the game, so it'll be interesting to see how he leverages those high mobility, but really just brawling without a lot of special sauce units.
See, the thing I do see quality in Mollock brutes is if you're going against an artillery list where cover plus cloak really just makes a difference, and monsters who base their attacks on range can't really shoot off securing buildings if the units have cloak. But Nick's list for this example doesn't really care. He's not shooting or anything, and Assault Apes are going to do what they do best, which is melee and fling the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, that's a big part of the list building, right? Is building into your local meta, building into just whatever other types of lists you expect to be seeing, and so how often do you really see a lot of shooting heavy lists at this high level of play? I don't know.
You don't. At this level, you just can't afford the inefficiency that comes with shooting. Like you'll see the odd shooting units like Bellowers or U-tanks, but they're not there to shoot. They're there to secure or disrupt.
Right.
I have moved to a 1 Mollock Brute myself, actually, as well, as a tech piece. I'm testing it in place of a Shinobot, which would usually be in my list. Just seeing if I'm valuing the Cloak or the Sprint higher.
Now, another interesting thing here, when the construction yard was first announced, there were a lot of people who were worried that that was fundamentally broken or just OP and things like that. And yet, we don't really see a lot of construction yard play at all. I mean, obviously, there's nothing here. No one even included it in their building list. Have we?
Oh no, there's
evaluated
Vicarious
that?
has one.
Who has it? Who has one?
Vicarious does, and I'm pretty sure Mung Mung does as well.
Okay.
Like it's the problem with it is that it came out like a month too late, basically. The media company really makes it look unpleasant. At least that's been my personal testing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It was just I thought it was very interesting that on its release, I mean, that's all anybody could talk about for a while, and it was there was a fair amount of oh no, too much stuff, it's too powerful, but really, it seems like the community has settled at it. Yeah, it may have some positive points, but it's not insanely good.
Yeah, I think Privateer Press did a really good job on balancing the assets. So like there's no asset in there that is just like so powerful you have to take it. Like especially because they're not player locked, right? They're just as beneficial for your opponent as for yourself.
Yep.
I think that the construction yard is basically like the perfect level of balance. Like lists that like it are going to run it, and if it's not part of a strategy you enjoy, it's skippable. It's exactly where it should be.
I will say, in the mode it was released with, the campaign, the assets and its ability to put out assets in your base defense round is very, very different. But that's well outside of this Crush Hour format tournament play. So
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job on that respect to like really identifying who each product is for and making sure that it fits.
Well, I have sad news.
oh no, what's your sad news?
I figured out that I can't do Facebook Live unless I pay. That sucks.
Why do you have to pay for Facebook Live?
So the Facebook Live is different from the Facebook Go Live for streaming. In order for me to stream on 2 or more platforms, I have to use a third-party channel to send out data to both websites. However, Facebook does not recognize it, and you have to give the stream key to that third party. But the third party doesn't accept the stream key unless you do their upgraded and paid plan.
Well, look at Nick making a liar out of me, just going right for Drillcon's power base.
Yeah, that's a huge play right there. I mean, obviously committing a lot of resources to this, but if he gets back in there and plays that right, Drillcon's going to be starting in a very, very poor position.
Yeah, he's going to power up for 1, assuming Nick hits either of these 2 attacks. As long as Nick saves 1 step, he'll also be complete. As long as he steps down to the diagonal.
So let's see, Kraken's going in on the Toxxo.
I would assume Toxxo to Brute, and then if he's feeling spicy, maybe the Brute to the other Brute.
So he hits Toxxo.
Oh, he went Toxxo to Toxxo. Even spicier.
And into the Toxxo. Oh, yeah, that's a definite hit.
Really like how dice efficient Nick is being here too. Putting the 2 power dice into both attacks.
So another 3 is definitely going to land it. Yeah, because when we were doing just a test play for Nick last night, just to get him back into his groove, he realized that it's probably worth putting the reds in because sometimes it's just, you can't always rely on boost and action to do your job, to do the job.
So I wonder what the second step is for. I'm looking at just 1 step on a diagonal being perfect.
And it looks like he agrees with you.
Oh, no,
Oh,
Nick
he's moving very different.
This is also like incredibly safe because of Kraken's grappler.
Yeah, because you
Like,
would have to
coming
walk
around
all
it.
the way around.
Yep. Yeah,
That's-
can't get that alignment.
That's
I
a
know,
lot of
it looks
white
like he
dice to
could have done it.
waste. He's doubting himself.
I think that the diagonal step backwards is the better of the two.
Well, here's the thing. Even if he steps forward, you're making your opponent spend so much action die with the power that he doesn't have, and you're just essentially calling them out and technically just baiting him.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a little bit of that, but the problem is that Blastikutter is actually very heavily telegraphing the rampage. So he's gonna have power dice.
Fair.
Now, that being said, like, I don't think Nick had to worry about how many steps that was going to be to get there, because of how many dice he's going to have to throw into the rampage to hit that Def 7 guard defense base off the bat, right?
Right. I see what you're saying.
That and the inability to get aligned in either of those positions means fundamentally you're only risking what? I mean, one damage, right?
If even. I don't see a good attack from this position at all. Like, I would be tempted to punish the units as much as possible, just like clear out power zones, and then hope to stand somewhere safe. This is kind of the nightmare situation when you're going second, when your opponent gets to power up for a ton and disrupt all your power up.
They can't decide whose clock is supposed to be on.
So what? At this, he's gonna take a monster turn. He powers up for 1. I want to
Yeah,
say
like I said,
1.
I would just try to kill as many things as possible. Like, kill the Bellower that's in your back line. Try to clear off the power zones. I don't see much else for the play. Although maybe I would consider taking a bunch of steps on Blastikutter and landing him in to disrupt Nick's actual secures and just hanging out in the back line. The thing about Nick's pairing is it has no ability to clear friendly models, so maybe try to abuse that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Jeremy, hey Jeff.
So I guess the other interesting wrinkle that's kind of in this tournament here is this is the first tournament we've done with clocks and death clocks.
Yeah.
So
This
a
was
little more pressure on the players to think quickly and adapt quickly to new situations.
Yeah. The only difference being, of course, it's never going to be the same as an in-live game with the death clock. Only because, of course, being on TTS, you have your little quirks and wonks here and there.
Sure.
I mean, I found that in my game against Vicarious, we both finished with about a half hour left on the clock, and that was fairly true of Jeff's game as well. So I don't think it's that much slower, if slower at all.
You know what?
Yeah, I guess I wasn't trying to suggest that it was slower. Just that you've got a little more pressure here than in some of the original tournaments.
Oh, absolutely. I like this way better. The games actually feel like they have an end date built in.
All right, so we've got Cthugrosh now lined up with Media Center. I didn't catch. I mean, I guess Cthugrosh moved.
Yeah, so Blastikutter hopped Cthugrosh, and it looks like Cthugrosh is rampaging.
Yeah, was Cthugrosh lined up right there behind that building, or was that just
I believe that's where he was sitting.
or was that a ram?
Could have been a
No.
ram as well.
I feel
I
like
think
no.
he just did a ram power attack.
Cthugrosh was definitely there. Blastikutter wasn't.
Yeah, Blastikutter hopped over. I'm just wondering what Cthugrosh did there.
Yeah, I mean, given
It
that
looks like
Cthugrosh hasn't moved, it looks like it was a ram power attack to take out the building and the unit on the other side.
Interesting. Huh. And then he's gonna use Blastikutter to extinguish it. But why?
Like, this is the kind of positioning you can do against monsters that aren't Kraken. With the lightning attack and fling, it's impossible to put models in front of him that he can't pull off.
True. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Drillcon might be starting from a fresh unit start.
Have great ways to get over on the Snatcher.
I mean, he could just fling the Robo Brontox into the Snatcher.
Yep. Never mind. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Nick is
tough.
So Nick again is just going to like, he's going to put in all of the units just to continue to take all the power zones and kill any units that are left out on the board. Basically, he's just going to take every zone that matters. That positioning on Cthugrosh is also really suspect.
Because here's the thing, is like, he doesn't have a Mount Terra to move him, and Kraken's right there and easily could get rid of that Taskmaster and throw him into the double of the Highrise and Industrial.
Yep, and it wouldn't be too many steps to get Kondo over there to pick him up for a body slam afterwards.
No, not at all. Because Kondo's what? Going to be speed 6, but high mobility, moves in a straight line for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At most would have to step twice, and then literally Kraken would just fling and then, well... Kraken would have to lead. Well, technically, Kraken could just get on the other side of Cthugrosh in front of Blastikutter, toss him to the Shadow Sun Industries, and then have Kondo close enough to toss him into the double of the Media and Highrise.
Yeah, that is also a perfectly valid play. I'm not sure if Nick will go for it, though, because it does sacrifice the Sun Industries, which is his one easy way into Drillcon's base right now.
I mean, he still has the other Sun Industries on the other side, so it's not dead. And he still has,
He's got a repair truck, right? So...
Yeah.
I mean...
I was gonna say ISB, but none of them put the ISB down, so that is interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that, given how bad Drillcon's backline was, that he wasn't interested in having the ability to sort of manipulate things, but...
I mean, I understand Nick valuing the guard defense base over the ISB, because he lives in abject terror of missing.
Well, I think there's a lot of us that have had that 99+% chance that's missed, and you just spent that last white die. In fact, I've got Mr. 9-year-old here sitting next to me, and he's remembering the game that he played against Drillcon, where that's exactly what happened at the end. He threw all his white dice into that last roll and missed his opportunity for a reroll.
So it looks like Nick has decided he's going to secure the double this turn as well. Yep, there it is. This doesn't actually secure the double, so he's valuing Mount Terra.
I mean, the Mount Terra buys him a little extra mobility with getting Kraken into position for those combo moves, right?
Yep, same with Kondo. And if he'd secured it earlier, he also would have had the free spawn, so it'll make his next couple of unit turns more efficient as well.
It's the one thing as a destroyer player that I will say a little bit of a first world problem, but it's a little sad that the best faction buildings seem to be all of the protector ones, and so you bring them for their abilities, but you don't get that that unit efficiency that you can pick up.
I think I would have gone for the Taskmaster, or the Snatcher over the Taskmaster. This is actually maybe not great. Just because that Command Ape is in Snatcher range. I guess Nick did also secure the Sun Industries though, so. So I am not sure from Drillcon side what he should be doing here. Probably trying to screen Cthugrosh though. Like I said earlier, Kraken with lightning attack and fling is rough.
Yeah, I mean, he's got enough dice, he's got enough spawn zones that he could build layers of screening around Cthugrosh that even Kraken couldn't eat through. But that's a heavy investment.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with doing that is that it'll probably mean he's got one power zone, so then if Nick just clears, you know, whatever power he has resecured with all those waves and passes the turn again, he's still in the same position he was before.
Yep, exactly. And this is obviously one of the big strengths of having a Mount Terra and having it secured is your ability to move your monsters to correct positional errors. I mean, just the ability to spend one and shift Cthugrosh back and get him out of line with the double throws, you know, make it just that much more expensive to get into position for even a throw to position for Kondo. It's great. It's great building for really everybody.
Yeah, it's still, even in a world of static where everything costs 2, I still take the Mount Terra every time. And I thought that the Demolisher wasn't on the mole building, guys. I thought it was on the Zircola. God, I hope it's worded as Demolisher. So we're seeing another mismatch here, where Drillcon was relying really heavily on the Snatchers to be his frontline fighting unit, and everything Nick is bringing is Def 3 for the most part, so that, like, 2 and 1 ain't gonna do it. And it's even worse with, like, Bellowers. Like, there's only one unit in Drillcon's list that can reasonably expect to clear a Bellower, which is the Mollock Berserker.
Yeah, I mean that manufacture on the Snatchers generally makes them a really good choice for, you know, for being that frontline attacker, really disrupting things and getting your own stuff out faster. But I mean, but even there, I mean, his list doesn't have a lot of other Lords of Cthulhu units in it. So, you know, even if it was working great, even if he wasn't playing into all that disruption and everything else, you know, there's a chance that you almost go too far in on that manufacture capability.
Yeah, I mean, that is also a good point. I do think his list is a little light on Cthulhu units for being a Cthugrosh list. Like, I would expect to see at least a couple Hellions in there and maybe an extra Taskmaster.
Yeah, there's almost nothing worse than having a monster like Cthugrosh on the board who's all about putting out friendly faction units and realizing that you've already put them all out on the board.
So one thing Drillcon should be looking to do is actually, like, put a unit to prevent Kraken from walking. over to get close to Cthulhu.
Oh,
So, like,
sure.
just
Yeah, I
off
mean, he's very limited in where he can go.
Yeah, so if he just puts like a unit out off the corner of the ISB or the industrial complex, sorry, that actually prevents Kraken from landing anywhere, which means that like Kraken can still get into Cthugrosh just by flinging some stuff, but it's all steps at that point, which is kind of where you want to be.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Drillcon sees that option. Maybe he's saving that last mole for that.
Hopefully, because what he's setting up currently is just Kraken walks over next base to base with the power pod, smacks the power pod into the saucer, and starts the chain. Just tech shifts in.
That's interesting. He's almost there. The question is, will he see that that movement blocking? It doesn't look like he does. Looks like he's just trying to build layer after layer.
So this is pretty reasonable to hit a 2 here, and he gets it.
Yep, he hits that pretty handily.
Makes a Taskmaster friend. And then Nick powers up to full. So we'll see where Nick decides he wants Kondo, which line he likes better, whether he goes for the SSI into the media downtown. Although that is a really tempting target with the Destructomite and the Snatcher sitting right there.
Oh yeah, that's
just
also
the
very
ability.
valuable.
Yeah, just the ability to get 6 power dice back here means that he could potentially chain the turns very easily. But to be fair, the way that this is all set up, Kraken actually doesn't have a great angle for that without a ton of steps. Because he's got the 3 in the back there. So he can't get to that side, which is where he'd want to be. So he'd have to actually push past, do the power pod into the Snatcher into the power pod, and come in from the left, I guess that would be. I don't know. I'm bad with left and right. I apparently didn't count out Kraken's movement properly already, so he could always do that, so the unit off to the side would have been superfluous.
Is he gonna try and do the SSI into the double?
No, he's going double into probably the Void Gate would be my guess. So he needs to take 2 more steps on Kondo if he wants to make this play happen. Probably a couple more, actually.
Yes, that'll be really interesting. Body slam off Kondo.
Yeah, my guess would be, so it'll be Kraken. He'll start the attack before he steps into place, but yeah, it'll be Kraken throws to the double, and from there, it'll be Kondo picked up for the body slam, probably into the Void Gate to continue to tax actions as much as possible with that media company.
Yeah, it makes sense. Why get rid of the golden goose when you can keep everything else going?
so Nick can be really safe here if he wants to. Like, I would consider throwing 1 white dice and actually 8 red dice into this. Just getting the 4 back, so I've still got that 6-2-4 for my second attack. And that looks like a miss.
Yeah, the man who's constantly afraid of missing.
Well, that is a 92%.
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm fairly convinced that the dice in Tabletop Simulator are not actual true. I mean, I don't think their random number generation is close enough. This is. I think there's way too many 90+% chances to miss for what you would expect.
Well, Nick recovered from that that miss beautifully by saving all the extra dice, not stepping Kondo into position. Both monsters are now back in perfectly safe locations.
I can finally relax. Oh my god.
Hey, haven't heard from you in a little while. What's the source of relaxation?
We are finally on Facebook Live.
Technical difficulties resolved?
Yeah, pretty much. I was in the silence of despair of please let this work. For the love of God, please. Alright, now I am fully back with my full attention. Hi everyone, welcome to Facebook Live and now Twitch Live. I hope to do that only once and never again, because I was panicking.
So looking at this from Drillcon's side, I would be looking to start on Kondo. So I would move Cthugrosh and Blastikutter up to opposite sides of the media building. Have whichever one you put to the base to base, ram it, step in and throw Kondo into the double. Like, I think that is the play. The only question is if he can do it with enough dice to actually land that attack.
Yeah, powering up for 0 is pretty bad.
No bueno, for sure.
I guess it's one thing if you're already sitting on top of 6, 8 power dice, but yeah, absolutely in this scenario, it's going to be tough to make anything happen.
I mean, at least good news for Nick. He's safe. His miss may be a miss, but at least both of his monsters are kind of in a really safe spots.
Yeah, he left enough dice to step Kraken back out into a safe place, which was really smart on his part. And if he just done the dice math the way I told him to the first time, it would be fine.
If only he could hear you, so he can hear the roasting of the dice math.
I value getting Cthugrosh out of alpha so highly that I would have thrown the higher odds on the first attack. That being said, like, if he'd missed the second attack, that would have been a much worse position. And no, Jeremy, she didn't see Nick miss.
I was in the silent despair for the time being. But now that everything is good, my full attention is back onto where it should be.
This throw into Kondo feels pretty sketchy. I mean, the ram also feels really sketchy. Yeah, that's Jeff. That was the play I was calling to. That's a hit.
So it was Cthugrosh that rammed the building into Kondo, and I'm guessing we're gonna extinguish with no media buildings around.
Yeah, extinguish and step.
Throw Kondo into the double. Woof.
Yeah, the dice math isn't great on this.
Bellower is not in effect, so he's
No,
okay.
it would have been in effect on the first one, which
Yeah.
we actually all missed.
Whoops. Oh well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Too late to roll it back now.
That looks like a hit. That's a hit
That's
with
it.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That is not the right double I would have thrown into. Oh, he doesn't have enough reds. Never mind.
Yeah, that was the only double he could throw into.
Yeah.
And then Tantrum.
Surprised you tantrum that way instead of just killing the brutes.
I think it's because Nick is just gonna get the first monster turn anyway. Try and just stop him from screening or whatever. I mean,
Well, so the big thing is move that Bellower out of the way and tech shift Kraken in. Right?
I think that's the intention.
Because, like, I don't think you go on Blastikutter first.
No, I would definitely personally go on Cthugrosh. I mean,
Yeah.
but the thing about Nick's list is if he gets called out, like say Kraken has to do a 1v1 against either of those two, I think Kraken would come out victorious over the two.
Yeah, he just needs to make this next turn a really good turn in terms of trading. It's kind of where he's at. Like, that ended up way farther down on the health total that he would have liked.
Chaos Angel saying he can't hear anyone. I don't know if that means he can't hear our lovely commentary or if it's just him doing something wrong.
It seems like we should be okay because unless nobody is telling me that no one can hear anything and you guys are just like debating me
hear
right now and I'm gonna go back into the stress hole.
Him. It's just him. Fantastic.
There we go. Lots of confirmation.
Okay, awesome. Well,
Uh,
I'm sorry, Chaos, but I'm in still panic mode. Now I know what Nick goes through.
and Platinum, Corky, or Corky, the pairings, you have to ask Jeremy Prime for those.
Alright.
He's the one running the tournament you're in right now.
Alright, so we're a little bit quiet, so let's see if I can raise our volume a little bit more. We're gonna raise Discord. Everybody's gonna get a little bit louder. Except for the music. The music can stay a little bit quiet. I'm okay with that. Alright, everybody, give a good testing hello.
Hello.
Oh god.
Oh, was that too loud?
That might be my fault. It's like a button. Don't. It's wonderful to hear lovely voices. Maybe just not like whispering in the ear kind of voice. Or you know what? No, it's not even whisper in the ear. It's more like here's a megaphone and an ear.
Okay, I was gonna say, do we need like our NPR voices?
This week on NPR, Monsterpocalypse. What are you doing to prepare?
Damn, you've got a good NPR voice.
Oh, thank you.
I was about to say, since when are we on radio? Has Power Course moved up that far? Yes, Corey, this is going to be the last round for the well, okay. This is going to be the last
game of the first round.
This is not the last game. The Dr. Mung Mung versus Gearbox is the game after this, and that will be the last game, and then first round of the Invitationals will be concluded.
I think they were talking about the team tournament.
Oh, me and Nick still have to play our games, and I think we're playing our games tomorrow, so you're getting your pairings on Sunday.
I'm also playing my game tomorrow.
So you're getting your pairings on Sunday.
I didn't want to schedule anything during the week with the Invitational.
I mean, that's fair. I think that was the same with Nick, because this is like... Honestly, I can't tell you, this is... Nick only played in the first tournament of TTS, and then he's jumping into the Invitationals, because he has not played in between at all, besides just like casual or practice games. But he doesn't play as constantly as how much we do sometimes.
No, he's getting rusty.
It's okay, just give him one game, and I think he'll be right back at it. Hi,
You are not
Shelly.
You are not allowed to run my list into Nick. He has to come into that ship blind.
What? Why not? I am the guinea pig. I am meant to be the test subject for him. Alright, so he's flinging.
Yeah, he went Taskmaster, fling into the Snatcher, hit and run onto the
Did he
neutral
just-
zone, and he resecured the
Oh,
SSI.
yeah.
Or he would have if Cthugrosh wasn't there.
Well, here's one thing. Nick is definitely not low on power.
No, that is not how I would describe him at all.
And now he should be a little bit more at ease because now he has a guard base. So any missed rolls will be just like, okay, here comes the second miss roll.
So Nick has decided that he's gonna go in on Blastikutter now. Guess not.
Well, let's find out. This is, well,
I mean, it's kind of an interesting choice because Blastikutter is, I mean, I don't know, his forms, his alpha hyper doesn't seem like there's a huge trade-off there, especially compared to Cthugrosh and everything that you force him to give up when he loses alpha.
I agree completely. I would be going for Cthugrosh.
yeah, I'm honestly surprised Nick is not using Kondo to come around the back of Cthugrosh, throw crew Cthugrosh into the Highrise, and then use Kraken to throw him into the double.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at like tantruming into the brutes, because then you'd clear them out and be able to tech shift closer to Cthugrosh.
I mean, he still has high mobility
yeah.
anyway, and he now has Mount Terra, so he would make it otherwise.
And I think part of the logic here is just Nick is locking Blastikutter down, right? Like Blastikutter cannot get away from Nick and is going single to double.
True. And in all due respects, whether if it's Blastikutter that goes out first or Cthugrosh that goes out first, Kraken is just still gonna be there.
Yeah, Nick's just trying to force the 1v1 on as favorable terms as possible.
Keeping Kondo as alive as he can.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure he puts Kraken out of getting 6 damaged back, right?
Yes. I don't think that'll be the problem, essentially, because he is taking the first monster turn. So far he has summoned a Toxxo over here, and I think he's still summoning, alright. I will say, playing this list, I just find myself missing the speed 5 to speed 6 units. Having everything at speed 5 or speed 4 was kind of tough. Especially the Mollock brutes not really being so heavily melee performing. I had to really like make sure my backline was securable and my backline was alive, or else I suffered in power pretty decently.
Shelly, no. Boxy missed his first power attack of the game, so they have not taken damage.
See, here's the thing. It's never a normal game for Nick if there isn't a 90% above miss. It's
He
sad.
does seem to thrive on that chaos.
It literally, every single game that I've seen him play and I played against him, there's always at least 190% above miss. And I'm just like, I don't know what your luck is or how you do it, but don't give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll say is playing a lot of physical games still in person with Mr. 9-year-old in the stream where we're rolling the physical dice. I don't see those 90% misses coming up nearly as much with real dice, especially with certain custom dice that I received. Those roll hot.
Oh.
But weirdly enough, it's like on TTS, he actually gets like averages and decent hits and just like the 1 or 2 occasional miss. When Nick starts rolling physical dice, there's like a little 50-50 where he's like, oh god, I'm gonna miss on a 98. Oh god, I'm gonna miss on the 95. I'm gonna miss on the 97. And you know what? He's right. He missed.
So the nice thing is...
Oh, I just realized none of them are using their clocks. Oh, no, wait, never mind. There's a clock going.
Yeah,
I lied.
They've been hitting their clocks, I thought.
I lied. It took like a second delay on this clock. I was like, is it gonna turn? Is it gonna turn?
So ideally, what Drillcon would like to do is put a unit kitty corner to Kraken, blocking Kondo from landing in the nice easy spot for the double. Unfortunately, with all the grapplers around, that is impossible. So from here, he's probably just going to try to kill an Assault Ape again, re-secure over on the other side.
More Snatchers. More. Are the Snatchers actually gonna attack and change something?
They already did. They did one Assault
Yeah,
Ape already.
yeah. Earlier he picked off some stuff that was over by that SSI in the middle and turned it into a Taskmaster.
Fortunately, those brutes are incredibly limited on where they can go.
I mean, they are high mobility, but even so, I mean, oh, because
It's
Kraken.
grapple
Yep, Kraken's grappling both of the monsters. Never mind.
and Kondo's grappling both hazards and another monster.
Oh
They ain't
my
going nowhere.
gosh. It's like this side of the board that's on the other side. Yeah, no. You want to block a Cthugrosh on that other side? Yeah, no. Oh, so literally, he can't even get a unit to block for Blastikutter. Because
That's what I was saying.
They can't even walk through him.
Like, so what Nick is going to do here, if he sees it, it's a really cute play. But if he starts with Kraken, he can have Kraken brawl the saucer and fling it into the power pod.
Oh yeah, and then he
yeah.
can still make that throw.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
you can't interchange, so once Kraken's done that, Kraken has to go next and do his power attack.
Which
and
he
then
wants
Kondo
to do
can
anyway. Because he's going to throw Blastikutter into the Void Gate. Kondo's going to move one space forward.
Oh, and just throw
And
into
he's going to
doubles, yeah.
throw... Yeah, he's
What-
just going single to double on Blastikutter.
Well, but even if you go the other way, even if Kondo throws into the high rise first, when Kraken goes, Kraken can still make that attack and then step once and make the other throw, right? I mean,
So what Relock is suggesting for the first play is literally just to keep stopping Drillcon from getting any power at all.
oh right, what I meant though is, I mean, you can step in between a lightning attack and your second attack, right?
Right, but you can't change an attack to another monster and then go back and continue your attack.
So what I think Pofixter is talking about is instead of throwing Blastikutter to the Void Gate and then down to the Downtown and then to the Sun Industry and Media, is instead using Kondo to throw him into the Downtown Highrise and center him on the double there. So Kraken would step one on a diagonal
I see
and
what
throw
you're
him to
saying.
the same double. The reason I don't think Boxy will go with that is because it requires him to crush that Assault Ape, which is sitting on the neutral spawn. And like Boxy is valuing controlling the center field really highly right now, or seems to be with the attacks he's been making.
Right. It's more just you got the options are open on the table for who goes first. You don't even, it's a little less critical who leads the attack because that play is essentially the same however you do it. You're right that the throwing him into the Void Gate first is definitely preferable.
Yeah, it also removes those damage sources, which keeps Kondo safer in the following turn.
Well, it looks like the Snatchers did their job.
Yeah, I didn't love putting the Def 2 models out close like that.
Yeah. But I think at that time, it's all he had.
Yeah, yeah. You look at what he's got in his backline.
Yeah, mostly all these models just died, so he only technically had 3 left in his...
So we'll see if Nick goes for the lightning attack play. I
So-
would just do...
He's definitely for full, he has rerolls, he has Mount Terra, there's definitely possibilities of so many things he could do.
So he's going attack first.
Did Drillcon lose a power from the null zone?
I don't believe he did.
I better...
Actually, I think he did. I think he was at 7.
Alright. I will trust your word, Relock. We gotta be better table judges as well.
I thought I was
Hey,
just
now.
giving some sultry commentary.
Yeah, I wasn't told I was table judging for this one.
I
Nick never
still
mentioned
declare you official table judge. Only so for you and Nick are the official table judges.
Oh, good. So I just got cleared of all responsibility here to notice things
Yes,
like
you
that.
you and me, Pogue, we are clear.
I don't like this
Excellent.
at all.
That's what I'm glad to hear.
Oh nope, he's going for what you said, Relock.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
the better way to do it. So the advantage to this over the way that I was thinking about it originally is he actually ends up on power dice this way. Right, he got to spend the 6, get 2 back, and then spending 1, go up 1 more, so it makes the second attack much safer, which lets him
Yeah.
chain turns.
I was gonna say
Which is
in this
very
case,
much
like,
what he's into.
yeah, and now he can just. I would still put. Yeah, and you know what? 1 white dice is fine because you're banking on rerolls anyway.
Yeah, and then he just needs to step Kraken once.
1,
just to get him off.
2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, it's just a hit. Woof. Oh man, Nick likes putting you on the edge, rolling them dice.
Consider tech shifting. Kraken down 1 and then on the diagonal. It just grapples more hazards, makes life more difficult.
Yeah, but what Blastikutters are gonna be right there.
Yeah, but if he starts splitting monster damage, like that's fine.
You know,
Because you're gonna chain,
yeah.
and you're gonna. I mean, that's fine too.
Yeah, I mean, a monster with 1 health left has just as much power output, right, and as much damage output as something that's full health. So that splitting is a bad choice in general.
Also, actually, I just looked over, and the way that the units are positioned around that Sun Industries building, it is almost impossible for Drillcon to set up the single into the double, even if Boxy just stood still.
Oh, because he literally is screening his opponent.
Yep. Confused as to where the extra 2 power dice just came from. I count 1.
He's securing the high rise and has a Snatcher. I mean, what's the most that he can do to Kondo? I mean, not much.
Jeremy, are you saying that I'm listed in the Invitational one as a judge? Because that's a terrible amount of power. So the biggest problem here is just like, what do you do from Drillcon side? Like, you really want to kill Kondo here, but you just don't have the power dice to like do anything almost.
Because anything that Kondo's aligned up with is a double hazard, but you can't do anything else and hit reliably.
Just don't have the dice.
He has the white dice, he just doesn't have the power.
Look at Mung Mung being an actual table judge.
I'm gonna be the table judge of watching out for Bellowers. You gotta lose your blue.
Yeah, you're right, that's probably the line. Tech, except how do you get him back? A body slam? I guess that's a lot of steps.
Shush, Salmar, he's not unfair.
I mean, Kraken is fundamentally unfair. So is Glob, so is Tharsos, so is Armordax. Those monsters are all just unfair.
I don't think Armordax is unfair. He's just unfair to new players.
I mean, his kit just counters other monsters. And sorry, what was that, Poe?
Oh, nothing. I was going to say, I think it's fairly doable, actually, to throw Kondo onto that double hazard back there and have Cthugrosh walk around back behind and pick him up. I mean, you'll be taking damage on all your units, on both your monsters, but you could pull it off and get Kondo off the board. I don't know if that trade is fully worth it, but yeah, because Cthugrosh can can walk up, around, and sort of back.
Yeah. I just don't see
the Mollock Brute is being grappled. So Cthugrosh actually has to walk around this little Mollock Brute here.
No, Kondo is, or Kraken isn't grappling any of the units right now.
Yes, he is. He's grappling this unit right here. The Mollock Brute that's adjacent to. Oh, you're talking about Kraken. I'm talking about Kondo.
Right. Yeah. He's right that like there is a way to set it up. I just don't know how. You need Blastikutter to start it both ways around, is what I'm looking. because like you basically want to stand where Kondo is standing after throwing him in the double in order to body slam him into the Toxxo plus hazard. And I'm just not seeing how you can get that done, because if you throw him into the double hazard, you can't use those hazards for damage again, right?
Right. But you can technically throw him one space. Oh, no. Nope, never mind. Never mind.
Well,
could you throw him back and then body slam him?
I mean, if you throw him into the double...
No, I'm thinking about this all wrong. Just go body slam and then body slam. You can do it. Or double into just the Toxxo is fine. Doesn't need the extra damage. Because if you go double, that's 3 damage, and then the Toxxo plus a power attack is 1 damage on its own. So that's all fine.
I mean, to note, he is only at 5 damage. 5 health. It just sucks that he's getting no power back for this, and then retaliation turn, he's losing Blastikutter. And then it's Blastikutter versus Cthugrosh, and I don't think that's a good matchup there. Is he going on Kraken?
I'm not sure what this play is at all.
A little TK action.
But why?
Going to try to get lined up there.
To do what?
Well, if he throws him into the... I don't know. This is very interesting.
And body slam him is the play he's looking for. So body slam.
Interesting.
On Steel Shell Crab plus half.
Oh, and then put him to high rise.
Yep.
No Bellowers, no Bellowers.
Still kind of risky dice.
Oh, it's definitely risky dice, but at least you don't have to worry about having the red to make the throw distance. I mean, he had enough anyway, but you can be a little chancier with the body slams.
Nick is going to get 2 riled off of this.
Yeah, Nick will respond by taking Blastikutter off the board.
Right. That's 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
a hit.
5, 6. Yep, that's with 3 doubles. So he gets his 1 rile dice. And then gets yeeted into the high rise. And he does get 1 power back from destroying the crab.
So he's looking at slightly better numbers here on this second throw.
There is no Bellowers in Act, so he still gets his 4 blues, or is it 5 blues on his hyper?
5.
It is 5 blues.
We got Torrential out here, so if I cut out, that's probably why.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. Funnel clouds, hail, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we had one touchdown about 10-15 minutes outside the city yesterday.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so 8s for the kills. Those are all singles, but I think that's an 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on all singles. And
9-10.
And he does get his last riled. But Blastikutter is for sure gone.
Actually a little bit tricky. I honestly, if I'm Nick here, I might consider just yeeting Cthugrosh into the double. Does that put him in hyper? Not quite,
no. I would just
if it did, I would.
I would honestly get rid of Blastikutter because
Yeah.
Kraken can easily just deal with Cthugrosh by himself later on.
Just Blastikutter into the media. So if Nick tech shifts,
He tech shifts first, he walks for 5 and steps for 1.
and then he's got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Blastikutter here on 3 HP, and yeah, it should be easy.
Full power dice. So I would just spend all the reds on this too. Just make it safe, get the monster off the board.
Thank you. Somebody who's a faster typer than I am.
Well, you know, when I was growing up, before I was allowed to play any video games, my mom made us do 30 minutes of Mario Teaches Typing, so I have a lot of typing experience.
We had the like the crazy Reader Rabbit teaches typing thing.
See, I'm telling you what, Mario Teaches Typing was the best. I'm hoping to get Cthulhu Teaches Typing for Mr. 9-year-old.
Ooh.
That does sound like actually the best.
Yeah, and yeet.
I don't know why Nick is saving that last. Oh, to step out of line with the double.
He likes those buildings. He wants to save them.
Especially since he's giving the chaining here gave up the tempo, so he is not the first monster turn now.
I mean, he could potentially just save the 2 and chain again because he only has a unit turn, and he's still gonna get that power dice generation.
Yeah, don't put that extra dice in, Nick.
Yeah, you have
Not worth-
rerolls. Yeah, no, he's fine. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then he gets 3 back as well. I don't know. I'm curious about just saving the 2. Never mind.
No, you don't try to chain here again.
Why not?
Because if he screens, you actually can't get in on him.
With 2 whites?
Yeah, because you have to spend 1 for the attack and then 1 to step. And you got nothing else in power.
Fair.
Has
okay.
to be 3.
Has to be 3. I mean, Nick could potentially send up a repair truck, and now just block and literally just rebuild in front of Kraken, and now Cthugrosh can't even get behind him. That's
I
great.
100% think that's what Nick is gonna do here. If I was, wait, Drillcon doesn't have a Scorcher in his list, does he?
He does not. That's why Nick
That
has
is-
been so lenient about Rubble.
That's the counter to that play. Is you just have a Scorcher run up, stand there, ignite the tile, Kraken's under.
Yeah, but
deal him no.
he don't gotta worry about that. There is not a Scorcher, not a Tick, not anything that I would like to see in a unit in that unit list.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's a very situational unit, but when that situation comes up, 1 white die for 1 guaranteed damage is huge.
Yes. This is going to be interesting. A full HP Cthugrosh versus a full HP Kraken. And this is where Salamar say Kraken is broken. Because technically, he's going against one of the more higher tiers for our Destroyer side, yet Kraken just poops on him.
I mean, Cthugrosh isn't really in Kraken's league, right? He's a high
No, Cthugrosh is a high tier in the Destroyers, but when it comes versus against Kraken, it is... Kraken puts him in his place, sadly.
Yeah, and with the ruling on SWAT and Fling and how both of those can target the thing that comes out of Incubate, you don't even get the extra special screening of Cthugrosh just popping out a meat slave. So,
But then again, it's only with this one monster. At least it's not with a whole bunch of other monsters who just ruin that kind of play. Unless you're Ares who just, oh, is that a beat slave? Nah, abduct that. I'm like, oh, okay. I put it down. It was gonna spawn a really cool task smash. Just like, nah. None of that.
Jeremy, that is not allowed. Incinerus is good enough without having weapons.
I mean, at least the guys are doing great on time. We might have like a 15-minute intermission before the next game.
And this is one of the slower games so far too.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't thought about that advantage for the channel, for streaming it. Having a clock on the games and knowing they're going to last a certain amount of time makes it a lot easier to schedule them for viewership. Which also make it a lot easier to get sponsors. I mean, this game brought to you by somebody.
9-year-old Mompoc custom Mompoc trays.
Boom! Hey,
Get
what do I gotta
your
give you for
custom.
that?
I don't know. You gave me trays. Honestly, that was good enough. Get your custom trays today. You want Tritons? We got that. You want apes? I got that too. How about something for the little destroyers? We got a cute chomper on the rise.
Love the Mimi ad plug. I'm so happy it turned out exactly the way I wanted it to.
I'm literally
Listen,
I'm just
I'd like to
as
look at a
seen on
sponsorship deal
TVs.
long term.
Yes, Alamar, everything is brought to you by the cheesy golden taste of Doritos.
Ooh.
And don't forget Game Fuel from Mountain Dew. Keep your energy up while you're monpocking.
Oh, I'd be a terrible sponsor for any kind of energy drinks because it's like I take a sip of energy drink and I just power down. It's like Game Fuel. I'm going to bed.
Did that go through?
They have
Oh, he-
hover. They don't have high mobility.
No, he TK'd, that's what it was. I missed the TK.
Oh. Oh, because he has the SSI now. Oh shit.
It's, like if the Berserker had gone down there, I would have been scared from Nick's side.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not the Berserker.
I think he's really hoping for that manufacturer. Maybe see if he can't turn the tide.
He can still put the Berserker in too.
The thing about the manufacturer here is, like, it doesn't really matter to Nick. He's already got, like, a really strong power base just keeping these power zones, which aren't being threatened right now.
And all you're giving him is
so
just ammo.
I mean, it is harder for him to kill things if they weren't Def 2. So unfortunately, this is the other flip side, is that, like, usually using Kondo is a huge loss for Nick because everything's Def 3 and functionally immune to apes on their own. But Def 2 is a little bit easier to try to, like, sneak that in with a single elite spawned in the right position. I do like what he set up here with the Berserker, though, where he TK'd the Shadow Rider so he can kill the Command Ape and still get the Berserk attack in there.
Mm-hmm. And then Berserker's on that nice power spot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Twitch chat is going on, but all I came back is to reading Salmar saying shit. Now I'm imagining Tharsis with a pink bow and randomly blushing.
Oh, it's because Jeff has publicly decided that Tharsis is his waifu. Is that how the kids say it?
Sure.
I have no idea. I'm not a kid.
Alright, so let's see. We're first going to tack on that one.
Command into Shadow Rider, 3 and 3. So
3 and 3s. He put 3 whites into it, damn. You know what? No, that's fair. Literally, I played the same Berserker and missed 3 whites, missing a 2, and 2 whites, 3 blues, missing a 2. It was a rough day for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty brutal. It's kind of in the words of John Madden, you know. Well, if that white dice had just been a double, and if that other one had just been a double, it would have been a hit. Yeah, thanks. It's...
Alright, so which Snatcher is he going on first? Or is he going to this combo here? Well, it misses
Snatcher
either
and
way.
Ape Infiltrator.
Oh, the Infiltrator should miss. Yeah, because he's a 2 and he rolled a 1. Alright, this one should be a bit better. This is a defense 2 with 2 whites, 2 blues, or no, 1 white, 2 blues.
I'm not sure what he's saving the last white dice for.
I think he's going to try and use the last Snatcher on the exosuit. Yeah, no, that wasn't going to hit. That one's a little bit of rough roll. Yeah, and he's trying for 3s goes down to a 2 as well. I honestly, and that's only no, that's also 2 blues because this one's an elite.
It's like a 50-50 roll though.
Yeah.
I've made it times. It never feels great.
Down to 2. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's spreading those dice out like that. I mean, if you get lucky, it's fantastic. But you know, taking those higher probability odds, making sure you get at least some stuff done.
And now from this, Nick literally doesn't even... He can literally ditch this side of the power-up because all he needs is his guard base and Mount Terra, and literally this is the rest... His backline that he fed him, that's the rest that he's going to use to power up, and that's it. He's not going to care about anything else unless he wants to go and try and disrupt more.
I think I would try to put the Berserker into the Brute. But he's going for the repair play for sure.
Yeah, just to make it a little his life harder on Cthugrosh. Because, like, we assume if he goes for the repair building, the pathway that's by the crab, that's going to be shut off. It's better to go the other way around the Assault Ape.
Just pretty easy, so Nick will need to put a couple units towards his bottom.
I mean, technically, I would probably just put 2 units behind Kraken, rebuild the building, and just leave the Assault Ape there. Because if Cthugrosh wants to just TK that Assault Ape, he would...
I mean, he'd take a damage.
He'd take a damage, and do 2 damage to Kraken, which then puts Cthugrosh into an SSI, or just into more hazards.
Actually, no, because Nick can't rebuild anything that isn't 3 damage. So it would be 1 damage to do 3, which is not a bad trade. So if Nick doesn't disrupt Drillcon's powering up,
he gets full power.
Yeah, he's got four right now, right?
Yeah. So my assumption is he's definitely probably going to do what Relox is, putting the Berserker into that Brute.
yeah, it has to be the Brute because that turns off 3 power and keeps 1 in your pool.
See, it's also debating. I'm also debating if you just put the Brute into the Brute. And then just punch the Mollock Berserker, because then you turn off all that power and you only have 1.
That's not what Nick is doing at all. Oh, maybe. Okay, interesting.
I think he's doing it to disrupt the SSI.
Yeah, yeah. So that turns off 1 power. So now just powering up for 3. Nick loses 1. He should be at full power after this turn. It's probably okay.
I still think fleeing the Brute on the null zone into the Brute onto the power spot is probably a decent idea.
Yeah, I like that one, actually. I understand the clearing off your backline, too. Especially because it's all just, like, 3 power.
Yeah.
Def 2, as far as the eye can see. So, like, Def 1 with the Shadow Rider being there.
Move! I want that building. Oh. That's nope, there goes the TK.
I mean, he can still TK, it just costs 2
It's an expensive TK, though.
Yeah, I mean, in a one-on-one though, you've got a little more playroom with your 8 dice, so it's not as big of a cost as when you're still 2-on-2, 2-on-1.
I would actually argue the other way around.
It's kind of tougher for Cthugrosh because his gimmick is his A dice, and the fact you have to spend 2, and then it kind of shuts off for him trying to do a chain monster attack to try and get the upper hand.
That's interesting.
I always find with single monster games, like powering up for 6 and powering up for full are basically the same thing, because you're very rarely spending more than 6 power dice on an attack. So the action dice really become your limiting factor. It's very easy to power up for 6 every turn and chain a ton of turns together.
It now comes to a matter of fact, who, depending on where Cthugrosh wants to decide to throw, he might be suffering a blue now because the Bellower is in a decent spot on both sides. I'm surprised he didn't summon anything on that neutral spawn. Technically, he could have just summoned the repair truck on that neutral spawn.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, that would have made life like quick and easy.
He probably just realized that now. It's just like, whatever. Fleeing into
I
the...
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a lot. Oh,
Oh.
no!
I mean, low odds. 1
Yeah.
and 1.
1 and 1. That's what happens when Kondo's not here. It's a sad day.
Oh man, Nick is living on the edge.
It needs to hit a 1, though.
He should have also had an extra
Oh.
blue dice if that was the Shadow Rider. Oh, it wasn't. It was the Assault.
Oh, no. Well, still needing hit 1s.
Yeah, it's still. This
Ah.
is a 2 though, but this is the one that doesn't matter.
I mean, he's securing the high rise. Oh, wait, he should have got another blue from the high rise.
He wasn't securing the high rise.
Oh, because, yep, no, you're right.
This
Now
one
he
should have been
is.
this one should have been a 3rd blue dice, but he hit.
But he hits regardless. What now?
Nick should lose a powered up.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think that matters to him. He's got a ton of backup. What is Drillcon's best play at this point? I have no idea.
I think
Let's
his
find
best
out.
play is to go down next to Kraken and the Bellower, TK the Bellower onto the spawn point. No, he can't tech shift, so that doesn't work. So he can't get it from the bottom, so it has to be the Assault Ape damage.
Yeah. TK the Assault Ape into the fire.
Yeah.
He would still have to spend 2 because of media building.
Yeah, there's nowhere he can stand where he doesn't spend.
Well, he still spends 2 there, but... And you still line up for the fire no matter where you go.
Yeah, you're doing.
Oh,
you're
but
taking more damage.
instead of stepping. I see what he's saying.
Mhm.
I mean... And he throws him into the media building on top of the repair truck. What's the long-term plan? Hope to God that Kraken misses.
I mean, it's deal 6 damage to Kraken as quickly as possible, and hope you're still in alpha when you do. That's the play.
He's got to start sacrificing before he gets stuck into hyper.
Yeah, like, but I mean, so he's gonna step and sacrifice for 2, and he can't because he TK'd this round too.
Yeah.
So he.
Because the thing is, like, yeah, you can put 6 damage on Kraken, but you still have a lot of high rises.
Well, you can put 4 damage on Kraken max here. If he throws him into the Toxxo and double has. It means he cannot chain another monster turn though.
Oh god, I don't know.
That's the play he's going for.
Yeah, I mean, putting in that many P dice, that's the only play that makes sense here.
I hope he has
Actually,
enough.
that doesn't even make it 7. Oh,
It's
no,
8.
It's 9.
Oh, it's 9. Then yeah, then it gets
It's 9.
He's got 9. Yeah.
Then he gets it. So
Oh, you know what he's probably gonna do? He's gonna probably step into the screen that Nick created.
I mean, it doesn't work on Kraken, unfortunately.
I mean, no, Kraken can't attack his own units.
Well, but with
But
the
he-
reach too.
Well, it also he opened a side, right? So Kraken just
Oh.
goes and stands there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, waterlog.
Yeah, as long as he advances as opposed to stepping through it, he's good.
Yeah, no,
as long as he steps at the start.
I also agree with Jeff. There was no reason for him to put 3 whites if he was putting 9 reds.
So the problem with making the play he's making here is
He's
what
lined
Nick
up for a
can vary.
double.
So Nick can't get in on him actually, but what Nick does instead of going in on him is just clears a bunch of units and punches a high rise, heals
Yeah.
one. Right, you punch the brute into the null zone brute, you punch the high rise. Like, if Nick tries to follow him here, that's a mistake.
Yeah, this is the situation where the healing of the buildings, or the healing building starts to make a lot more sense because, normally you're so close, and the risk of a monster coming at you and doing more than that one you just took back just isn't worth it. But here he does have potential to go over and get that healing.
He's actually going for the really aggressive line. I kind of dig it.
Yeah,
Now, can he even do that though? I mean,
Oh,
Kraken is.
Oh yeah, he had the steps.
But Kraken doesn't have high mobility, so he can't move through that building.
No, he punches the building.
Punches the build. I see. Punches the building and then steps down.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's taking the math already for it. He's not attacking yet, but he's counting out the dice and math of what to do.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive line, but I like it. Assuming he has the steps. That'll be the only question.
That is the problem, is he's not securing Mount Terra at the moment.
He needs 7 reds to make the throw.
Which is easy enough to do. 7 reds, so that means you can throw at least... You can throw 5 reds into the building if you just want to hit.
I don't think he can do it. Maybe I miscounted steps.
I think he doesn't... I think he wasn't taking in the fact that he was securing Mount Terra, which he's not.
No, it can't be done. That play doesn't work. So it is the kill a bunch of units play and punch a high rise. Yeah, I don't think
He's
you can
off
come
by
around from
1,
the
right?
side, can you? Yeah, he's
Sorry,
off by
what?
exactly 1 dice.
Yeah. What was your question there, Relocked?
I was wondering if you could come around the other side onto the guard base side.
That one might be possible, because it is a shorter distance, because you're not looping around. Yeah, no, that one's much more I think that's what he's going to do, and that's going to be a bit better, because he doesn't take a damage in the process. It's a defense 7, though. So you're going to put the max 5 reds, 4 blues, and then... You technically still get your reroll, though, right? If you miss the first one?
Sure, you still control. Oh, well, no, he's not.
Oh,
He's not securing it 'cause
Cthugrosh is contesting. No, he's going with the safe play. He's just gonna wing it out and have Cthugrosh be the call out. Have Cthugrosh come to him instead of he go to Cthugrosh. So he's gonna start the fling with...
The meat slave is what he tagged.
Interesting. Yeah, hits whatever he's throwing into.
It'll be whatever spawned. Well, and the other thing is Nick needs to hard swap back to a unit turn here too.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's gonna do the berserk into the berserk, or the brute into the brute.
No, I'm betting you this is high rise. Yeah.
Yep. You right. When you right, you right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
picking
an
up that
important.
health.
Yeah, it's an important variable.
Yeah, start blocking his spawn points.
Yeah, Takactus in the chat's pointing out that Drillcon's probably going for unit damage,
I
which
know.
is one of the
Heesh.
things that he talked a lot about doing in the last TTS tournament that he won. So I was
With
surprised.
with the way his units are looking like right now, he should definitely not. He
Well,
needs to generate power dice.
Yes, I agree with Mimi, but Tech might be right.
Let's
He's
for
got the
his
two.
sake, let's hope he's not. I don't like that he's pointing to all the units. Please, just grab your PowerPoints. Take your Mollock Berserker. Don't put your whites into attacking Kraken. It's a defense 9 model. Oh no, he killed the what's his name?
The Destructomite.
Destructomite.
Yeah, even defense 8 though. That's.
I mean, unless he puts down the Hellion as well, but like, that's an expensive unit turn just to do 1 point of damage to a monster.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. You're right. You're basically paying a whole unit turn, no increased power production, to counter the essentially free play of Kraken healing 1.
And then from that, yes, guess what? You put a damage onto Kraken, but guess who just screened him as well?
Looks like he's going to attack the board again.
All right, that's probably the better play.
All right.
I mean, he's putting a lot of dice into attacks, which I'm not sure about.
Oh, thanks, Pofixer. You didn't have to do that.
I didn't have to do what?
Apparently you gifted a tier sub.
Oh, well, yeah, but see, now I'm at the top of your leaderboard, so everyone's going to see our stream now at the top of the list, and we'll get more followers.
Your
More
master
watchers.
plan all along.
Well, when Privateer Press was doing the big reveal, or not their big reveal, their big press conference, we gifted just enough subs to be at the top of that list, and I don't know if it did us any good or not, but you know.
So, like, at the end of this turn, where are we at for Drillcon's side? We are powering up for 1, 2.
Well,
Okay, Platinum Corgi, F you, man. Come on. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Did not expect that. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh geesh. Oh gosh. Oh my. Oh gosh. Relock, I think you have to throw your game.
Against Mung Mung?
Oh, you're against Mom. Oh wait, we went against Corgi the first game. Whoops. Wrong timing. Wrong timeline. Oh, I forgot to mention to you. I haven't mentioned to you or Nick yet, but I've been doing a little sketch up of a little like a mascot logo for the Null Zone Berserkers. It's literally just like a you know, like the what's it called? What's the Pokemon? The Squirtle gang, the cool Squirtle gang with their glasses.
Yeah.
I was gonna put the glasses on the Mollock Berserk with a Null Zone background behind him.
Nice.
I love it. Team Null Zone Berserkers forever.
Right? My one mistake has become a meme. As if everything I do in my games, they become memes. Jeez, at this point, we're on our way to. I might have to start making T-shirts for the Power Gorge.
Yeah, wasn't that the plan?
I think so.
Recall that promise right after I subbed.
10 subs, we would start doing T-shirts. I didn't honestly think we would reach it though. Low expectations, man.
Are these gonna be the breakers are for losers shirts?
I don't know. I got to collab with Jeff to see what we can design up. All the meme shirts of Monpoc, and then we get a cease and desist from Privateer Press saying your meme shirts aren't good enough.
I've still got to come up with what our emotes are even going to be, and honestly, I just hope that Privateer Press never comes after us for Monsterpocalypse being in our stream name.
I don't think they can do that because technically it's just us streaming their game, so we're technically giving them free publicity.
But at least according to the documents that their director sent over to me, because we're profiting off of the stream through gifts and bits and subs and things like that, they maybe could make a case. But I'm hoping that the charm of a father-son combo having fun with their game means that it'd be bad PR for them to sue us.
I mean, technically, if they do that, then they have to shut down every War Machine streamer that they also support, right?
Yeah, that's probably what the case is.
War Machine is their baby. Can they end up? No, we're not
Yeah,
even
their
worth
baby they
going
ignore.
after. We're probably not even worth going after, to be honest.
Listen, I'm just going to say this while everybody can hear me. I have a lot of lawyer friends who are corporate lawyers, and so I'm sure if you came after me, they would not help me at all. But,
Empty
friend.
threats. Just buy the bluff. Let me keep streaming, please.
I feel
I-
like
oh, yeah, Nintendo does a ton of cease and desist, though. Nintendo's very litigious. I made a board game called Switch Game or Not. It was all about putting random words together to make video game names, because if you look at video games that come out for the Nintendo Switch, it looks like just word soup. It was like, what does any of this mean? And I had a little website up that did some computer AI generated names, and you could play a little game to see if you could even pick out the AI generated names from the real ones that came out in a given week. And most people couldn't. There was I made an Alexa game version of it, but I got some advice from someone to change the name to just Hit Game or Not as opposed to Switch Game or Not, so I couldn't get sued.
Corgi is muscling in on the
Oh,
territory.
jeez, Corgi.
Hey, listen, Corgi, I'll tell you what. You do 4-year-old Monsterpocalypse, we will welcome you to the streaming community.
I mean, hey, at least you guys will never be stepping on each other's toes because you would always have a 6-year difference.
Yeah, I'm not going to make the one dark humor joke that I could about how the ages could catch up.
Oh. Well then, how about this? We're all a bunch of nerds enjoying playing plastic little monster games. We'll stop it
exactly.
at there. Though I'm pretty sure my CyberCon can ruin y'all.
I've never
Even-
even seen a seismic step, so I don't buy it.
Oh, you guys make me so mad.
I don't know why
Wait,
you
what's
even start-
Seismic Step? I don't know if I've ever seen that happen in a game.
No, you were supposed to be my only ally who actually said I did a decent seismic step. No, Paul.
Oh, Seismic Step. That's the CyberCon move that you did. I remember
Yeah,
now.
thank you. Ha! All of you in the Discord, all of you in the Twitch chat. Ha! Ow, my elbow.
Well, so Corgi, here's what I'll tell you with kids and painting. So my son had he's had models for forever, and honestly, his painting hasn't ever really been that good. But contrast paints from Games Workshop, take it or leave it from a lot of hobby perspectives. But for him, it's been outstanding because he he actually gets to put paint on models. He gets to think about his color schemes. They look halfway decent when they come out. It's done a lot to build up his confidence with painting. So
they're really nice because they apply on like watercolor, so it gives a really cool like effect as well as detail to it because it doesn't make it so solid. It actually gives it pulls in the deep seep spot, so it actually looks like it gives it a highlight.
Yep. Yeah, and the other thing is you can put it over the base coats that they recommend, but if you put it over like a bright metallic, you get really cool colored metallic looks, which is what I did with my Cybercon.
Yeah, I've been testing that with a couple of Gundam models just for a couple like metallic parts I don't want to have to airbrush and just want to see alternatives, and it really came out nice. Essentially, it's like I was too lazy to buy metallic, so I tried to find the alternative.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I know Fish has been using a lot of contrast paints too. He really likes the
His Gallamaxis is still one of my favorite.
contrast. That is Fish, who is in the Twitch chat right now and a member of our Discord.
Oh, here comes Cthugrosh waddling his way.
I'm gonna guess Nick counted this out, so he'll be at like 1 dice left when it's all said and done.
He's gonna sacrifice there. 1, 2, 3. Media building costs 2, so he has to spend 1 more. Never mind, I decide not to heal because it's expensive. Cthugrosh wants the cheap stuff. He ain't down for the expensive shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at that beer he's drinking, right? I mean, that is not craft beer if it's coming out of a cooler that big. That's some Anheuser-Busch crap. Just kidding. I'm not bad-mouthing any brands on here. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
It's really good positioning from Nick. The most damage he can take here is 2, which means he still has another turn of Alpha Kraken.
Yep. I have a feeling he positioned himself that way just so he would bait him out. So that it's not a standstill game where they're just on the opposite side of the boards. And what if Cthugrosh...
A lot of clock, too.
Oh, nope, he's going to the double fire.
Wouldn't be able to.
But he misses it by 1, so it's still only 2.
But he gets no power back from this, which is not the greatest. Unless he's trying to step and use it as a blocking, but doesn't really do anything. He summons where?
Oh, no. Summon costs 2.
Yeah. Media building.
Yeah, those media buildings are everywhere.
You can't summon, buddy. You can only step.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, do you change where you throw them to try to get those power dice back?
No, it's already too far into that because he already rolled his roll to calculate the whites.
Nick's game plan here is body slam and force the second turn.
Yep, because he's gonna have the power dice generation anyway.
Even disrupted, he'll have a stick.
Because literally this backline over here with the Mount Terra, that's already 1, 2, 3. That's enough for what he needs. 4, 5, 6. 6 without units really doing anything just quite yet. I mean, heck,
Disrupted.
his units, the Drillcon's units on this side of the war where the Shadow Sun and Highrise is, can't even travel to the G.U.A.R.D and Mount Terra. They can't even touch it.
Nixon said he's going for the Sun Industries and the 2 units.
That's fair because then he lines up for the double for the media building hazard.
Yeah, well, no, he doesn't. This is a straight line, but it's
he's tossing him way down there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still 4 power dice back. I would have tried to chain the monster turns, and I think Nick is still going to chain the monster turns. Okay. And then Nick should punch the brute into the Snatcher, make him respawn those units. Nothing else.
Fair. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to do body slam into the Shadow Sun and into the hazard media building for chain.
That's the play I would have gone for, but Nick liked this one better. And I don't hate this, right? It keeps his backline more secure, so that power generation is safe.
He did get rid of all the units that he had in his backline, so now there's no units to really disrupt the corner backline that really matters to him.
Yeah, he's got there's the one Snatcher. I guess 2 Snatchers now.
And that's another hit.
Yep, kills the Taskmaster as well. And like the problem with dumping all your power dice, like Drillcon's been doing here, is this is the position it sets him in. Is he has to hard swap where Nick doesn't. So Nick can keep going back and forth on him, or like chaining monster turns if he wants to, and just keep up tempo on power generation.
Yeah, that tempo is going to be what ends this game, right? You're so even in health that you're either hoping for the miss or keeping that tempo up to do double damage output.
Yeah, and from this, Nick's minimal step will be stepping for 3 to Mount Terra. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh no, then he's fine. Because he can then waterlog and just do a fling on the Snatcher if he decides to try and block with a Snatcher and just literally keep throwing Cthugrosh. Oh, no, he's hard swapping to unit. Okay, prove me wrong. Damn.
So Nick is valuing the unit, like where the tempo is right now, and keeping...
I think just keeping him at no power, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing too, is he's trying to make it so that eventually he'll start a turn without enough power to do anything.
Right. I don't know. I was favoring more of that monster chain. Because no matter what he does, he can't really screen Cthugrosh very well.
I liked it too, because it leaves Cthugrosh at 4 to a 7 health Kraken, and that is a position I don't think you can lose from.
And from there, Cthugrosh can't use Sacrifice anymore to do any janky heals.
Yeah, no healing shenanigans, no nothing.
This is an interesting game.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. I mean, Nick might also just be valuing the clock as his win con, right? Thinking that the more turns he forces Drillcon to take, the more likely Drillcon is to just lose the game. Like, Nick's up 5 minutes right now. He's been maintaining that lead for the last, like, probably I would say 10-15 minutes here.
Yeah, and we're definitely getting to the point where 5 minutes is a lot more significant.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a third of Drillcon's clock right now, right? So Nick might just be valuing clock as his win con.
Why would Cthugrosh be at 6 health?
I don't know. I think Tech is just pointing out with the heal there in the middle. It's easy to about those heals.
If you got them high rises, you gotta eat them. And this is perfect for Kraken because it's like you still have a power attack, might as well eat something along the way. No, not the repair truck.
Not great odds on this attack.
We'll
Hits.
do it. Repair trucks are only 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also not entirely sure what the point of that attack was.
I think he just doesn't want his neutral spawn, but I don't think that really matters. He still has an SSI. Snatcher into the Bellower, you literally roll no blows against it. Whoa!
All right.
Okay. That happened. That's a bitch.
I mean, that's what all of these little minimum dice plays are all about, though, right? Is hoping for that lucky roll.
Yeah, and you're not getting that one. You are not getting that one.
I think he counted the number of misses for attacks versus the number of hits. Like, he would have been better just cutting the number of attacks he was doing in half on most turns.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and that's just it, right? You can hope for the high variance play of lots of little attacks and really trying to play the long odds, or you take a few safe options and go that way.
So, like, here's the thing: if Nick puts a single other unit next to that Ape Infiltrator, just from like bump spawning, say the Snatcher off, and just putting a monkey or a Sun Fighter, there is nothing Cthugrosh can do to get to Kraken.
He could wave. It's like, do you want a drink? I have some leftovers. You have reach. Reach my drink.
Yeah, Jeremy, there has been a lot of variance in this game, but I think that's due to the number of low odds attacks there have been. Like Drillcon has been making lots of the little 1-in-1 attack. And like Pofixter was saying, that's just the nature of making those kind of plays. Is you're hoping to high roll a couple.
Right. Yeah. I mean, now we're just talking about like standard geometric distributions and, you know, all the stuff I went to school for.
No, let's not get carried away. This is way over my head. I build rectangles.
No, I've been getting a lot more into distributional analysis with all the COVID cases in our area. As they're thinking about getting back to school, and so I've got a little website up that's tracking the data, doing change point analysis, and all sorts of stuff. And it's this is the other thing I get nerdy about.
Heck yeah.
Nick
I'm curious if you should have put that Shadow Sun next to the Shadow Sun building, so technically Cthugrosh can't fling. Oh, I mean, that doesn't matter. He would rather TK. He can't even TK without spending 2, though.
Can't TK without spending 2, and TK doesn't matter.
You're right.
Yeah, like the situation Nick has created here with Kraken and Grappler is actually like unbreakable. Like his best play is
Rampaging?
No, ramming a building or just going and smacking Nick's. But when like health totals are this close, if you're taking a turn that isn't dealing damage to your opponent and isn't trading up, you're losing.
I mean, yeah, because 6 reds is going to be enough to do something, but it's not going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very optimal?
Certain?
It could be certain. 6 reds is still enough to do stuff, but just to do a damage with only the 6 reds you have.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that he can really only do that 1 damage.
Okay, the apes are mad.
They are done with this Kondo being dead stuff.
Die, everything die.
What he spawns out there.
I think he was saying whatever he spawns out is what he's throwing into for the second attack. And then it's going to be the Shadow Rider onto the Snatcher. Oh, or it was the Shadow Rider onto the Snatcher. Hit and run.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I guess it's if Cthugrosh leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Nick's basically saying like you can disrupt 1 double but not both. Tech. He like sacrifice. He can't get in on Kraken, right?
No.
And the slot isn't a great play because you don't want Kraken to get that first turn as a super damage monster, right? Looks like he's going for the ram.
And then what?
Then he's taking 4.
Yeah, I mean, ram can work as a positional attack, you know, early on to get the setup that you need.
When you have another monster.
Right, but as it is, I mean, you may as well just punch him. I mean, I know you get the power dice for the ram, but it's
I actually like punching better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sorry, what was that, Relocked?
Oh, I said I like the punching him better in this situation, 100%.
Because, you know, Kraken's not going to take a damage from that. He has Waterlog.
Oh no.
You can't. Grapple. Grapple.
Also, it doesn't matter. Kraken goes to your other side, throws you for 5 damage instead. You go to 2.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, and the other problem with just like swatting into Kraken
Listen,
there is
Corgi, we don't need to nerf ram.
Oh,
No, wait! Don't nerf Ram.
That's worse, not better.
I mean, Nick has the reds. It doesn't matter, and he's not. No, you literally just gave him an opening spot.
Yeah, he just goes up on top of you now.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand
that
why
was the game right there.
Yeah, I don't understand why he moved in a straight line. Why he could have taken diagonals.
That was tech shift.
Yeah.
This will be throw for 5.
Yeet. And then he can easily chain a monster attack.
Yeah, and he'll just swat something into him
Yep.
from 7 spaces away and kill him.
Fling, my good sir. Not swat.
No, swat. SWAT has super damage, Fling doesn't.
Well, he's not always in hyper. Oh, shit.
That's why this first play is 5 damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Go to 2 against Hyper Kraken.
Oh,
Like, okay.
no. You get 2 back from the... Oh, no. All the way within. No. Wait, what?
Nick might want him all the way within. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so
Right,
I
he's
guess
into
first...
a unit turn, and it's Kraken into a monster turn again.
Yeah.
It's over. This is the game.
Yeah, because all... Yeah, he has super SWAT. Yeah. There's no avoiding it. You just really can't give him ammo.
Yeah, like you can try to do a damage or 2 here to Kraken. Like, okay, it's not a bad call. Gets like make Nick's breakers worse.
Yeah, I mean, because from a tournament perspective, right, your objective here changes when you're Drillcon. You're not looking to win. You're looking to just sort of reduce how bad you lose.
And I
But
mean, that's not even super important. Your number 1 goal when you've kind of identified that like I'm going to lose this game is just kill 1 monster. You just have to pick 1 monster and get it dead.
Yep.
And yes, Jeremy, breakers are for losers. That is the only people it matters to.
All right, so I'm a little out of the loop on this breakers are for losers thing.
Oh, it's because tie breaks only matter if you lose a game.
Oh, tiebreakers. Oh, gotcha.
Where's my question mark on this keyboard? Oh, that's so weird. If anybody actually just asked if Mimi said, where's my question mark on my keyboard? Yes, it's because I got a new keyboard, and it's like one of those mini ones, so I gotta get used to this. Oh boy.
So it's cute as a button is what you're saying?
It's adorable. And it's a soft touch keyboard, so now when I type, you guys don't actually hear my click clacks.
No, if it's not mechanical, if you're not using brown cherry MX switches on there, you're doing it wrong.
See, I still have my mechanical. I love my mechanical because when I type, I'm a soft typer, meaning like I do such light types that I need to hear my mechanical just so I can confirm I actually hit the key.
Yeah, when I work in the office, luckily I have a door I can close because I have a very loud mechanical keyboard because it makes me a better programmer.
See, that's why I'm so jealous. I'm in my cubicle and it's like, okay, I got a new keyboard for home. I can bring my mechanical keyboard at work, but then I'm just like, I'm gonna be the most obnoxious person there.
Yeah, no, but see, you should be. Why shouldn't you be the most obnoxious person there?
Because nobody wears headphones, and I don't want to succumb to that. You guys should try retirement. Can I?
Yeah.
When can I do that?
I'm looking forward to retiring just as soon as all that money.
Yeah, so this will just be Kraken, picks a model, swats it, kills
Bye-bye.
Cthugrosh.
I don't understand the point. Oh. I mean, he has rerolls too. So
Yeah,
that
this
one
is
light.
very safe.
Whee! And the Mollock Brute joins him in the jump.
Hey, there you go. That's.
Oh, jeez.
Cthugrosh turns into a fine mist.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that concludes the first round of tonight. Expect another game in T-minus 30 minutes.
Hey, and if you enjoyed the sultry sounds of my voice, don't forget to check out 9-Year-Old Monsterpocalypse streaming on Mondays, sometime around 6:30ish p.m.